Music and being a musician brings travel and going to new places, meeting newer people, meeting different kinds of people. So all this, I think, keeps it very interesting for me. I've always been fascinated by aviation. Quite certainly I would have been a pilot, or at least I would have tried to become one. Even today I have that deep passion. It depends on which genre of music. I have many icons across several genres of music, but I've always made it a point to be inspired by them and do something on my own. So I can't pinpoint at one icon, I have multiple icons. I think I would make it slightly more professional one, which gives confidence to even the youngsters who take up music as a profession, on par with engineering, medicine and other fields. I think that is what is missing right now. Too many useless talents. I can't say about one thing, but aviation or so many things that I read of totally unconnected to music, just for fun. So to be philharmonic orchestras, to Irish flute players dancing and playing flute or violin, to many flamingo dancers, the Bolshoi theatre performers. So there are so many in my career. I think I can't name one for sure. My favorite collaborator, I have so many. I've had the wonderful opportunity of collaborating with many musicians, including John McLaughlin, Paco de Lucia, some of the symphony orchestras, the great musicians from north of India, south of India. So I really can't say, again, in a career of 35 years, I've come across many great musicians who have inspired me, and my music is an outcome of several such collaborations. I love traveling, aviation especially, so both go hand in hand with my profession. So I really relax when I travel. I like to go to places with a lot of nature, whether it be the mountains or it be the beaches. So I really like to travel, and that relaxes me. Venues are plenty in this world. I have had the great fortune of playing in many such venues, from festival in Morocco to Fukuoka theatre in Japan, to New Zealand, to Australia, to many beautiful venues across UK. So it's very hard to say which one. But I think one that I would like to maybe mention is my performance in Tehran in Iran, which is a country that any musician would very rarely get to go to. So maybe that's just one of them in the recent times that really comes to my mind. I think every musician has to carve a path for himself. But broadly, the message that I would like to give is to try and be the best in your field, practice with guidance, respect fellow musicians and your seniors who have done so much work to get to where they are. I think that's extremely important. Music is not a one-man subject, it's a collective contribution of musicians, not just from your genre but across genres. Overall, be the best. I've always been fascinated by string instruments like guitar, the Persian oud and others. So maybe guitar being one of my favorite instruments, I still have a dream of learning it someday. Music for me should have a good balance, like the journey of life. It should have all elements, including the entertainment value, meditation, soulfulness. So I would always like to create music that takes people on a journey, and especially music that is not very textbook related. It should be something that musicians should think out of the box. If they are instrumentalists, they should push the limits of what one can do with instruments, and that's how I've always pursued music. My father, who was playing flute at home, was a passionate music fan and flautist. So I was, I think, inspired by watching him play. And of course, in the course of my student days and career, I've been inspired by so many wonderful artists. Food is my big guilty pleasure, I would say. Look at me, the big body that I have is unfortunately a result of my weakness for food. I've thoroughly enjoyed flying around the world, but also eating around the world. I think one advice that comes to my mind that really made who I am was from the great flautist T.R. Mahalingam, who said that he wouldn't teach me, and he advised me not to go to any flute players or listen to any flute recordings, and in fact asked my father himself to stop playing flute at home and instead learn only vocal music and gain knowledge of the music, and that I would translate all my knowledge automatically onto the instrument. This after he heard me for many days. I think this is what made me who I am and gave me the opportunity to sound different from my contemporary flute players of that time and even today. Again, when you say classical, it's a big word. You have Indian classical music, which has two parts, north and south, and then you have Western classical music. So I really can't say one person in particular. If I were to collectively say some of the names, I would begin with my guru, Palghat K. Vinayaka Swami, G. N. Balasubramanyam, Shammagudi Srinivasaya, Pandit Jasraj, Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, Ustaz Reyes Khan, Vilayat Khan, Pandit Ravi Shankar, Ustaz Zakir Hussain. Many great legends like that. So there are many, truly many. So I can't particularly talk about one particular artist, but I've always made it a point to listen to a number of them. Whether it be Chick Corea to John McLaughlin to Paco de Lucia to some of my juniors in the field. Everybody has something to contribute. And, I think being a musician is like being a student for life. I love chill weather, so wherever chillness is, I go there, try to go there. I love mountains. I think I would like to go to either Switzerland or anywhere in Europe or New Zealand, Australia. These are beautiful places. Of course, India is ever beautiful. That apart, unfortunately not grown up reading a lot of books. I think I've always been interested in current affairs, politics and so on. So I read a lot about politics, current affairs around the world, so many things like about personalities and so many other things, but not into novels or books. I haven't binge watched any show, but I generally like to watch videos of on aviation and of course Tamil comedy. These are two things that I really like. I think it's a very creative process. Every day is different. In my 35 years in this field, I have not been able to take it easy any day. You have to be at your creative best in every performance. People have expectations. So that's what I think makes it very interesting. You have something to show to people that you have done. It's nothing to boast about, but then again, it's just sharing. The beauty of being able to share what you do. And I think also music and being a musician brings travel and going to new places, meeting newer people, meeting different kinds of people. So all this, I think, kind of keeps it very interesting for me.